A young mother has been killed in the national capital amid the rain mess. And what's worse, there seems to be a cover-up bid. 34-year-old Sakshi Ahuja, who was on her way to a family holiday, was killed after being electrocuted near the gates of the New Delhi railway station amid the rains on Sunday. Sakshi had just reached the station with her children and was planning to take a train to Chandigarh for a trip. Her parents and sister were also there with them, but that is when the situation took a tragic turn. Sakshi took support on an electric pole in order to avoid heavy waterlogging near the gate, but was killed in a massive jolt. The tragic incident has shattered the victim's family. In a direct appeal to the railway minister, Sakshi's husband pointed out that there were multiple safety lapses near the railway station. Delhi police has filed an FIR under bailable sections in the case.
If you can take this case forward to the right person, right authority, maybe to, I know that Railway Minister, Mr. Vaishno is IIT and he knows basic things about amenities and the safety features. He's working on so many projects all over India. I'm really impressed by the government, but things like this really put your back forward and you really start feeling demotivated about your country. So I really hope that Railway Ministry take note of this and they should ensure proper justice should be done, because not single person is responsible for this. In Railway Ministry, if you have to get the work done, you have to involve so many different divisions. There's so many people involved in getting the work order done. So who all were responsible, whether at the lower level or middle level or higher level. So all those who are responsible should be made liable. They should be punished as per the law. We have a firm belief in law. But yes, justice should be done on time. It should not be delayed.
मैंने क्या, मेरे को तो कुछ पता ही नहीं। मैं इनको देखूंगी, मैं क्या करूंगी दूसरे कामों को, केस वेस के चक्करों में मेरे को कुछ नहीं पता क्या करूं। मैं तो घर में, मैं वहाँ नहीं थी, मेरे को बच्चे नहीं बताया सब फोन पे। मम्मा आप आ जाओ, मेरे को बोलता है सुबह सुबह मेरी मम्मी को कुछ हो गया है। मैं भागी गई हॉस्पिटल में, कोई केयर नहीं, कोई कुछ नहीं। कोई
बोला एम्बुलेंस भी टाइम पे
नहीं आई, एम्बुलेंस भी नहीं आई। वो गाड़ी करके गए, वहाँ देखा तो ऐसे पड़ी हुई बर्फ की बाहर।
ऐसा किसी के साथ ना हो, हम यही चाहते हैं। जो हमारे साथ हो गया किसी और के साथ ना।
इन लॉ, आप एक बार साक्षी की तस्वीर हमें दिखा सकते हैं कैमरे पर?
श्योर,
ऐसे कैमरे पर दिखा सकते हैं। मैम, आगे किस तरह से आप लोग इंसाफ, आपने कहा इंसाफ चाहिए आपको, जस्टिस मिलनी चाहिए साक्षी को, किस तरह से आप जस्टिस दिलाना चाहते हैं उसे?
एटलीस्ट ये जो नेग्लिजेंस रेलवेज पे किया गया है उसको कवर अप करिए। जो भी ड्रॉबैक्स है, जो भी नेकेड वायर्स अभी हैं वहाँ पे, उसके अगेंस्ट एक्शन, आई मीन किसी की ड्यूटी वहाँ पे लगानी चाहिए, सो डेट आगे किसी और के साथ ये हादसा ना हो जो हमारी साक्षी के साथ हुआ है।
बच्चा हमारे घर से ठीक ठाक गया है। बेटी हमारी अपनी मम्मी पापा के साथ चंडीगढ़ में घूमने के लिए जा रहे हैं। वंदे भारत ट्रेन में उसने जाना था, तो जैसे उन्होंने अपना बैग लेके नीचे गए तो पानी पड़ा था, बीच में तार थे, क्या था, एकदम करंट लगा। उनकी सिस्टर साथ थी, मदर, पापा, उसके भाई, बच्चे दोनों उनके साथ थे, और ये अपने मायके वालों के साथ जा रही थी। तो हमें क्या पता था, ये मेरी भाभी है, मैं तो उसकी बुआ सास हूँ, मैं उसकी बुआ से। इतनी अच्छी लड़की वो थी ना, शायद ढूंढने से संसार में नहीं मिलेगी ऐसी लड़की। तो मेरे को तो, हमारे को तो ये पहले ये इस पोते ने हमारे ने फ़ोन किया, माँ आप आ जाओ। माँ बोलता है दादी को कि मम्मी को कुछ हो गया है, तो उसमें कौन जिम्मेवार, आप ये बताओ। जब उसका घर का कोई मेंबर साथ नहीं, मम्मी पापा भाई बहन जा रहे हैं, बच्चे साथ हैं, इस छोटे से बच्चे ने फ़ोन पे ही कहा मम्मी को पता नहीं क्या हो गया। जिम्मेवार कौन हुआ, पहले आप ही बता दो, आप हमारे से क्या पूछोगे।
My colleague Priyank is joining me live right now to get us more details. So, well, Priyank, we are reporting an absolute tragedy over here that has claimed the life of Sakshi Ahuja. We have heard the grievances, the appeal from her family members. But I will ask you, what are the bailable sections that the Delhi police has filed the FIR under, and why have they done so? Because then who is going to be responsible? There are no replies from the Railway Ministry so far. There is no replies from even the Power Department so far that the naked wires were hanging loose, especially in a time of monsoon when waterlogging takes place. Take us through the details about situation on the ground, Priyank.
Yes, certainly, Samia, the manner in which Section 304, which is a bailable offence, which is of death due to negligence, has been added in this particular FIR, clearly suggests that the Delhi police was also not on the right foot by putting these sections in the FIR. Ideally, there should be Section 304, which need to be added in the FIR, which is of culpable homicide amounting to murder, because we have lost one life. That is because of the negligence which has come up from the part of government official, and you'll be amazed to know that and shocked to know that the Delhi police is still clueless that which department should be held accountable for this kind of glaring lapses. The railway officials have met the family members, and the family members confronted them that this kind of thing should not have happened. They met the family member yesterday, but the manner in which BSES and DISCOM and all the officials have been trying to move away from taking the responsibility is a very serious thing, for which the criminal liability need to be booked, because this is not a matter where someone is hurt grievously. We have lost one life, that too of a passenger who was along with two minor who were traveling along with her. So that clearly shows that the tragedy could have been much bigger. Although this is not less than what we could have expected, this is something very major which has happened, where one innocent individual has lost their life. But there are several departments which need to be brought into on the table, and their accountability need to be fixed. This is what the family members have been also demanding, and this is what the campaign of Mil Now has been there. Because this kind of public apathy coming that too from one of the busiest railway station in the country, which is the New Delhi railway station, which which is being visited by crores of people every year, is certainly a very serious thing. What legal experts have been suggesting, and what our experience is also showing, that at least Section 304 need to be added in the FIR, apart from the Section 304A, which has been added.
Well, absolutely, Priyanka. Thank you for getting us those details. We're going to wait and see if there's going to be any changes in the FIR that the Delhi police has registered. Are they going to ensure that Section 304 is going to be included or not? But I'm also joined by my other colleagues right now. I'm joined by Akansha and Ela, who have been tracking the story very closely. Let me first come across to you, Akansha. This is an abject failure on the part of the authorities that has claimed the life of Sakshi Ahuja. There is no two ways about it. There's negligence on the part of railways. There's negligence on the part of the power department as well. Where does the accountability gets fixed in a situation like this? Has there been any replies or response that has come forward as to either of the department willing to take the onus?
Well, absolutely. Even the family has said that this is an absolute negligence on the part of authorities. On one hand, the people of national capitals are jolted by this unfortunate event. It appears that the authorities are not jolted. The first one to escape the liability is BSES, who's been tasked to supply power to the national capital. They've said that they do not maintain those high mast lights that have been put up there at the New Delhi railway station. That is the pole near which she got electrocuted and died. So the first one to escape the liability is in fact BSES, the electricity department, the one who's tasked to supply power to the national capital. Remains to be seen whether or not the accountability of is fixed. It remains to be seen whether Delhi police finds out who was negligent, because the family has said that this is an absolute negligence. They have registered a complaint. An FIR has been filed under various sections of negligent conduct and also death by negligence. So very serious matter. It remains to be seen whether or not either BSES or railway department is held responsible for this. But for now, BSES has evaded the responsibility. They have evaded the liability, saying that they do not supply power to that particular mast light.
Well, absolutely. Akansha, stay with us. Let us also go across to my colleague Ela, who is right now joining us with the family of Sakshi Ahuja. Well, Ela, take us through the reaction of the family members to the bailable offences that has been mentioned in the FIR. Are they satisfied with the FIR that has been registered, or would they want it to be a fresh FIR that should be registered with non-bailable sections put into it?
Well, absolutely. Well, the family wants justice for Sakshi, and they say that whoever is held responsible, an action should be taken against that person. Even if I talk about Sakshi, she was a 35-year-old mother with 2 kids, and you can see from the picture that how happy their family was. It was yesterday when she was going to Chandigarh to show her kids the rock garden and the rose garden in the Chandigarh, as there is a vacation right now going on for the kids. Now this tragic incident has shocked everyone, all the family members, and they demand that strict action should be taken and justice should be given to Sakshi. And also she was accompanied with her 6-year-old daughter Inaya, who was just walking behind her. And she also tried to catch her, but it was a stranger who saved the life of that little girl. And who would be the responsible if anything would happen to her as well, and who is responsible when Sakshi has lost her life, their family has lost her daughter, and her kids has lost mothers. Now this is what the family is questioning. They are saying that somewhere or the other all the authorities are passing down the liability to the other authority, but nobody is ready to take the responsibility. If they had taken the responsibility earlier, this could have been avoided, but still they are not taking the responsibility and risking the life of other people as well, who travel to the railways and who are the daily passengers. They are putting a risk to their life as well, because it's just not about Sakshi. It could have happened with anyone, me, you, anyone who's watching this, and that is why the family is demanding that strict probe should be launched, as well as strict IPCs should be launched in this regards, and action should be taken and justice should be delivered. Over to you.
Well, absolutely, Ela. Thank you for getting us those details right now. But clearly, we also have a guest joining us, Mr. B.M. Verma, who has been a former project manager for Rajghat Power Station, New Delhi, but he's also been the vice president of BSES. Mr. Verma, thank you for taking our time and joining us here at Mirror Now. We are looking at a very tragic story over here, Mr. Verma. A 34-year-old mother of 2, a young mother. She loses her life because she was only trying to take support from a pole because there was waterlogging in that particular area. But my minimum question to you would be, when projects are completed, when these poles are made functional, why can't the entire work be wrapped up with responsibility so that no untoward incident takes place? There is no loose or naked wires hanging in this manner, because this is a man-made tragedy because of sheer negligence on the part of the authorities.
It is very unfortunate that we have lost a young woman with kids at the age of 35 years, which was totally avoidable. As far as responsibility is concerned, I feel strongly it is first the CEO of the distribution company should be fully involved. Wherever some such thing happens, there should be a tripping of a relay, cutting of the total power supply. These things are there. The only question is maintenance, paying attention to the details. Unfortunately, after the privatization, things have worsened. Earlier, I was with Rajghat Power Station and have been interacting with DESU before the privatization, as well as with the distribution companies after distribution. I'm very clear that this responsibility must start with the CEO. What are the company systems in checking this, that such things don't happen, because there are a lot of investments which are put into control and instrumentation that automatically, when there's a short circuit, the supply should get cut off. Now, whether it's the BSCS or railways, there could be a line which could be there, but responsibility should start from the top and then percolate it down. What happens if the CEO, and earlier I had tried to approach CEO of BSCS. Unfortunately, they don't respond at all. Similarly, NDPL, Mr. Ganeshan is there. You try to talk to them, their PA will take the call, and knowing that you somebody from the press or this was not the case.
Well, absolutely, Mr. B.M. Verma. Responsibility and the accountability must be fixed at the top, and there should not be any leeway given to authorities concerned, whether it's the railways or the power department for that matter. Thank you, Mr. B.M. Verma, for taking our time and joining us here at Mirror Now. As we take the story forward, my colleague Akansha brings you this report from the spot, clearly explaining how the tragedy took place. Let's take a look.
Well, absolutely. Let me firstly show you the visuals. This is a spot where that incident took place yesterday, just minutes before 34-year-old was about to board the train from the national capital to Chandigarh. She got electrocuted. Now, as per the police, Sakshi Ahuja and her family were going to the station when she slipped and she held on to this pole right here. She held on to it after she fell, because remember, at around 5:30 yesterday, this incident took place. It was raining that time. This entire area was waterlogged. She slipped. She held on to this pole right here. I would request our camera person to just show that there's the wire, the black wire you can see there's a cut on that wire, and it is being said that as soon as she fell, she got she held on to this. She got electrocuted. Now the family is saying that when she put her foot into the puddle, she got electrocuted. So after that, her sister took her to the hospital, but she was declared brought dead. A complaint of negligence was then filed. A case has now been registered under various sections of the IPC relating to negligent conduct. But just look at this spot. This unfortunate incident took place here yesterday, just minutes before she was to just go to the railway station. The railway station is right here. She was going towards it. She was going to board a train to Chandigarh, and that is when this incident took place. Of course, the police is trying to ascertain what actually happened, where was the leakage, because it is being said that the live wires were exposed, but as I showed you in the visuals, there's a cut in that black wire. This is the pole that she touched, and it is being said that that is the reason why she got electrocuted. However, a probe is underway. The police is trying to ascertain what actually happened, but definitely a very, very tragic incident, especially at a time when the monsoon has hit the national capital.
Leader Pramod Tiwari on the electrocution incident, where he said that the centre is directly responsible for the tragic demise of Sakshi Ahuja. Let's listen in.
कल एक और दुर्घटना हुई है नई दिल्ली रेलवे स्टेशन पे। एक वुमेन का एक्सीडेंट हो गया है क्योंकि उनको करंट लग गया था वहां पर वाटर लॉगिंग होने के कारण से। जिस तरीके की रेलवे की घटनाएं सामने आ रही है, लगातार अब सवाल खड़े किए जा रहे हैं रेलवे मिनिस्ट्री और रेलवे मिनिस्टर पर भी। आपका क्या कहना है इस पूरे मामले में?
कल एक नहीं, दो घटनाएं हुई। मालगाड़ी टकराई। अब अगर ये मालगाड़ी की जगह यात्री गाड़ियां होती तो क्या होता, और क्या वजह उभर के सामने आ रही है कि शायद नींद आ गई थी। बार बार मैं कह रहा हूं दो चीजें। ये जो फटीक है ना, 4 लाख कर्मचारियों की आप भर्ती नहीं कर रहे हैं, रेल की पटरियों पे आप सुरक्षा नहीं दे रहे हैं, यही सब कारण है। और यहां तो बिजली का खंभा छूने से जो मौत हुई, इसके लिए सीधा सीधा प्रशासन जिम्मेदार है। आम नागरिक अगर सड़क पे जाए और उसमें बिजली का करंट आता हो, पूरा परिवार उसमें फंस जाए, तो सरकार जिम्मेदार है ना, उसकी लापरवाही जिम्मेदार है ना।